You're not a procrastinator. You have a habit of procrastinating. Big difference, because if it's a habit, I can teach you to use science to break it. You see, I always thought procrastination had to do with the thing I was procrastinating around, right? Like procrastination has something to do with work. Believe it or not, procrastination has nothing to do with your work. Procrastination is a form of stress relief. Let me explain. So you've got stuff going on in your life, and who doesn't? Maybe you're fighting with your significant other. Maybe you're planning something, and it's really upsetting you. Maybe you've got financial problems. You put too much of your savings into Bitcoin, and now that it's crashed, you're stressed about it, right? So you go into work, and when you get into work, you got stuff to do. You walk in and you got this big stress ball that subconsciously is hanging over your head. And so you walk in and you sit down, and you got 13 phone calls you need to make. And you also know that you've been chickening out. You've been making easy calls, and there's a bunch of executives or other people that are higher level that you haven't been calling. And so as you sit down to do it, you got the stress on your shoulders. Your brain starts to go, wait a minute, you want me to make a call to somebody that I'm scared to make? Absolutely not. I'm so stressed out. Can we just watch some cat videos for a minute? And next thing you know, an hour's gone by. And then, of course, what do? You beat yourself up. So the only way that you can break this habit, and that's an important word for you to hear, you're not a procrastinator. You have a habit of procrastinating. Big difference. Because if it's a habit, I can teach you to use science to break it. You see, all habits have three parts. There's a trigger. And in the case of procrastination, the trigger is always stress. Then there's a pattern you repeat. And in the case of procrastination, it is to avoid doing something. And then there's a reward. You get a little stress release. The only way to break a habit is not to deal with the triggers. You're never going to get rid of the stress in your life, but you can 100% change your pattern of avoiding work. So next time that you're in a situation where you feel yourself hesitate, you spent way too much time checking out the highlights from last night's scores, what you're going to do is you're going to go, oh, I must be stressed out about something. Acknowledge the stress, then go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to count to yourself, because I want you to interrupt the habit that's stored here. And I want you to awaken your prefrontal cortex. Then I want you to just work just for 5 minutes. The reason why I want you to only work for 5 minutes is because your problem isn't working. It's the habit of avoiding. I just need you to start. And here's the other cool thing we know based on research, that if we can get you to start, 80% of you are going to keep going. Because once you start, your brain realizes, hey, this isn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. And you build momentum. The key is not trying to work for 3 hours. The key is just starting for 5 minutes and letting that natural momentum carry you forward. So remember, you're not broken, you're not lazy, you're not a procrastinator. You just have a habit that can be changed using science. And the science is simple. Acknowledge the stress count, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and work for 5 minutes. That's it. The magic happens when you interrupt the pattern and give your prefrontal cortex a chance to take control, instead of letting your stressed out emotional brain run the show. So next time you catch yourself avoiding something important, remember, it's not about the task, it's about the stress you're carrying and the habit you've developed to cope with it. But now you have the tools to change that habit and create a new pattern of taking action even when you're stressed. Because that's what successful people do. They don't wait for the stress to go away. They work through it 5 minutes at a time. And before you know it, those 5 minutes turn into productive hours. And that habit of avoiding turns into a habit of taking action and achieving your goals.